Hi everyone, I'm Hamid. I'm happy to be here today. I'm going to present you how you could contribute to our database by using the validation app. And so firstly, we are trying to analyze 400 million article on the web, accessed by OpenAlex. And through this, we have to use LLMs, large language models. We need to analyze our candidates there, and we do have two different candidates. First, replication, that there are the papers that try to reproduce the exact same results of the original article by using a new data. And reproduction, the reproduction use the exact same data as the original study to see whether the study results would repeat itself or not. And there is one big problem here. The large language models doesn't always have the full access to the article, and they are not always right. And how you could contribute or help us in this way, it would be to use or play our game. And this leads to growth of our database, which everybody use daily, I hope. Not so many people, but at least some. And this is, I'm going to have a walkthrough of our game. Here you would see on the left side the article title and its abstracts and the references and the DOIs. So if you see anything is slightly different, like for here, you would have to go through the abstract to see whether this is a replication. It is mentioned that it's a conceptual replication. And you have to check whether they use a new data or actually they used the original data. Here it says that unlike the original study, the current study conduct in an environment where etc., which shows that it's a new data. And you could, on the right side, click on the correct, it's a replication. In case it's a reproduction, you have to click it's a reproduction, or if it's none, then that would be not either type. And you could go submit your results and go to the next. But here there is a replication, and we go for the second thing that you have to check, and that would be the original study. In the abstract, it is also mentioned that it's a replication. It's a replication of an original study with the name of that study. But here it's not completely visible, and the title of the original study is not available. So what you could do, you could click on the DUI here. I'm not sure if you could see my, I'm hover on it, or it's just next to the reference. You will be redirected to the article, and you could see the abstract and references, which is always accessible for everyone. And if you do that, you will find it out that this is the correct original study. And by doing so, you would go to the next section. If you need to actually say this wasn't the original study, or you thought this is not right, you could say it's a wrong paper, and you could enter your suggestion, or you just can skip that if you couldn't find any suggestion, but you were sure that this wasn't the original study. We would check that, and we would check that in the background and make sure that the right study would be picked for this. And the last thing would be outcome check. So we have different criteria. If for the replication, we have 4 criteria. Success, which the original study and the replication had the same results. And the next one would be failure, if they couldn't replicate the original study results. And if they could do it somehow in between, so they had, like, for example, they did the 4 different small studies, and 2 of them were replicated and 2 others were bust, then you could use the mixed. And then you would check the outcome code. Sometimes it's too long, sometimes it's too less. So you have to edit it if you want, but most of the time it's true. And then you would pick it looks right or it is mischaracterized, and then you would choose the criteria you have in mind, and then you click submit. And after that, we would review it and we would add it to our database. And well, what you get in return, there would be a contributorship after you did 20 consistent validation. Well, firstly, you would be named as a contributor in FLoRA projects, which you can find in the link below. I hope the whole slides would be available for you after the show. And another thing that we will offer, it would be you will be asked to be invited to co-author a data paper. And at the end, if you are interested to join us, it would be good to email Lucas about it.